G'day y'all. Finally cold enough to wear my uniform. So we'll service Fox 36 Fit 4 damper on this one. Same thing if it's a grip damper. Newer forks come with grip dampers. Same thing for the whole procedure except for the damper. So I just took off this adjuster knob. So yeah, just still watch the video. Just know that the damper will be different, but you'll pull it out the same way. Yeah, so grip dampers use what socket? 28?
28 for a
grip 2
and 26 for a...
Yeah. So this one uses a Fit 4 uses a 26mm socket, just like the grip 1. Fox chamferless socket, available from mtb-hydraulics.com. Yeah, just look it up. 26mm chamferless. Forget the part number. 398-00-7. 70 something. Why am I doing this first? Sorry. Need to remove the lowers. Got distracted. Okay. 10mm socket, just regular. Deep socket, ideally. Deep socket for the damper side for sure. But doesn't hurt for this side, whatever. Okay. I mean, there's a Fox tool to do this, but I'm not going to use it. Because no one watching this video will have the Fox tool, so what's the point? So I just dislodged the foot stud of the damper. Knob comes off. That was the damper side. Do the same on the air side. Good. And then this thing comes up. Make sure the plastic crush washer comes with it. If it's stuck on there, just unthread it. Boom. That too? Yeah, that's good. Okay, so she will come off. Okay, this fork is in good shape. I can already tell. Pretty clean. Pretty clean. Okay. So we'll do the lower leg using this Pedro's downhill tire lever. Prior out. Boom. These are garbage. Okay, shop towel to wipe out the lowers. Since these are clean, I'm not gonna try too hard. But if they're not clean, you'll need to go through it several times. These are barely even used. But whatever. Whatever. I guess they made a mistake sending this, or giving this to me. The cameraman. Oh well. So that's good. She's clean. She was clean to begin with. Fox seal driver. So these are Fox. I unpackaged these already. Fox dust wipers. take off the Energizer springs. Use this seal driver. Part number 398-00-772. Available from mtb-hydraulics.com. Boom. Next one. Boom. Energizer springs go back. Okay. So wow. We shop environments, so we have pre-soaked foam rings. Ooh, they're way down at the bottom. So this is 20 weight gold, oil from Fox. You need to stretch it out a little bit. Otherwise it'll pinch when you put the stanchions back. So shove it in like that. Guide it into the groove. Okay. Okay, that's it. You can just do this in some, I was about to say the cap of the bottle, but then I remembered it comes with a small cap. But normally these bottle caps are big enough to soak the foam ring, kind of. Anyway, so that's the lower leg. Set it aside. Back to the 26mm chamferless socket. You don't need a stand for this. You can do this on the bench, no problem. I'm pushing down on this so the socket doesn't slip. Very thin, shallow tool interface. Boom. It's your fifth four. So the thing that happened, Fox discontinued the 5-weight R3 oil and it's replaced with the 4-weight, which is the same as the Motorex 4-weight oil. It even says on the bottle. So anyway, that's what we're using, even though originally it was spec'd with the 5-weight. So I already took the adjustments on this, so I'm going to bottom out this compression adjuster, thread it in all the way. It'll be relevant in a sec. Using this Fox RC2 shaft clamps. Forget the part number. It's not on the MTB Hydraulics website, but it will be soon. So stay tuned. And check back often. So I'm just gonna put this in the vise. These shaft clamps are used for Fit 4, RC2. That's pretty much it. The center hole is a 10mm, which is quite universal. Boom. Dump this out. Boom. actually should undo this so it can breathe. It can squeeze out the bladder. Okay, enough. Back to backing this all the way in. So, the reason I do that is because there is that tiny circlip hole, and you need to come in there with a pick. And it's easiest when the adjuster needle is all the way at the bottom. So I'm using this pick set that is also available from mtvhydraulics.com. Oh. Nope. Need to rotate that circlip so the ends are near the hole. That's the easiest way to get it out. Well, I'm not doing a good job at selling these picks, but this set is several years old, so don't get discouraged. Still go buy them. Okay, so there you go. Got it in there. The end of that circlip is lifted up. Keeping my hand over, or my finger over top of it. She pops out like that. There she is. Don't lose it. And also, important next step, cover this thing or your detent ball will go flying.
Done that.
Been there, done that. Ask me how I know. Okay, so just pull that out. Okay, she's out. Okay. Comes out. Detent ball and spring is in there. And there. Okay. Dump those out. Not having any of it. Where is the detent ball? Where is it? Did it have a detent ball?
Maybe it didn't.
That was weird. It stuck to this. Well, anyway.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Whatever I did. I don't know, but it's a 1/8 inch diameter ball bearing, so we'll put a new one in. No problem. Anyway, so that's out. So now this can go back in. If you're ambitious, you can replace that steel. But I'm not. Not today. Normally I am, but not today. So I'm just gonna fill this up. I put the adjuster needle back in without the circlip or detent ball. And I'm just gonna put this back. There's nothing wrong with this damper, so I'm not disassembling it, just doing an oil change. That's all you need most of the time. I'm gonna come in like this. Top cap and seal head. And crank down on the entire assembly. That way I know everything is tight. So that's good. I'm going to pull this back out. And use my Mixmizer syringe. Fox sells this with the rubber tip. It's not essential. It helps seal it up or keep it in place, but you can also just shove it in without the rubber tip. And it only costs you half the amount. From, I forget where they sell this.
Who knows?
O'Reilly's, Canadian Tire, those kinds of places.
Bass Pro Shop.
Bass Pro Shop. Oh boy, I'm locked out. So the bladder is all. It's not reabsorbing fluid. That usually means the lockout is on. Where is it? Oh, my bad. The step I forgot to mention, this was all the way in, so it's easier to take the circlip out, but it needs to be all the way out so it can bleed the thing. Oh, crap. My bad. I haven't done one of these in a few months. It's all grip 2s these days. All the young kids, the young punks, they all ride grip 2s.
They don't know nothing about bladders.
Oh, they know nothing about these Fit 4s and Fit CTDs and blah blah blahs. Open bath.
What is that?
They don't know nothing. But that's how she goes. Oof, lots of juicy bubbles. Lots of juicy. And, you know, if you're patient, you can wait for this oil to settle. So the bubbles, you don't suck the bubbles back in, which I'm kind of doing. This is not a quality service. This is for a loaner fork, so we're not doing it. It's more so just quick in and out. It's a loaner fork for the best shop in North Vancouver.
In Canada.
In Canada. No, in the world.
In the world.
In North America, for sure. I haven't been to a lot of places in Asia to look at shops, but in North America, I can tell you this is the best shop. And we have, you know, the cameraman, he's going to cyclocross World Cups to wrench. He's not going anymore.
No.
It fell through. Well, he was going to go to cyclocross World Cups. Turns out he's not.
Maybe
Awkward.
later.
Maybe later. End of season?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, well, but he's kind of a celebrity. Except I'm not willing to film him. But he would be if he could find a cameraman. Okay, that's it. Well, make sure this is all topped up. Make sure that's all topped up. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set this aside.
The
Device.
D10 ball.
Yes.
DPS damper box.
I gonna set this aside. Well, being the best bike shop in the universe, they have a full lineup of MTB hydraulics tackle boxes. So this Foxflow DPS tackle box has all your detents that you could ever need, and wow, offensive. This is purchased from Fox, not MTB Hydraulics. It is the wrong size. Okay. Oh, here it is. That's the right size. Right here. Right here. Okay. I think it's the right size. No, it's not. My bad. My bad. It's actually 3/32, maybe. No, it's bigger. 7/64 or something. Well, if you need to know, just ask me in the comments. I'll figure it out by then. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. We have a problem. The detent is stuck in here.
What?
Yeah.
Use a magnet. On the lamp. On the lamp.
Oh, good. That's where it was. It was stuck in there. I don't know what it was doing in there. It wasn't supposed to be in there. So I'm using some grease to glue. I'm using some grease to glue this in place while I'm assembling it. Zirconium in this case. Okay, just like that. Glue it in place. I'm gonna top up. I'm gonna top up this damper. Okay. And drop it in. Okay. I made a mistake. Sorry, I made a mistake. You don't need, if you want to be professional actually, do it like this. Just put this in and cycle this thing a few times. Because all the air will rise to the top. Cycle it until it doesn't sound aerated or you don't hear any air. Okay, good enough. This can come back out. And I need to top it up. Oh boy, that was serious. Just wait for those bubbles to rise. Okay, wait for them to settle so you're not sucking them back in. Nice and clean. She's nice and clean. Okay, that's it. Good enough. Oh, make sure it's fully topped up. And it is. Boom. So now, what I said earlier is actually valid. Put this detent back on, glue it in place, compress the detent with your finger while dropping it in, and then push it in place. Beautiful. Now the circlip. Circlip operation is next. I'm just gonna use my nail. Guide in one end and then push down on this thing and up, push down, push it below the edge, around the perimeter, and that's it. She pops in place. And dump this out. She's good to go. Nice and quiet. And guess what? It's freshly bled. Check out the lockout. Nice. Okay. Double check this. I like to double check the seal head for good measure. Yeah, nice and tight. Just gonna wipe out the inside of the stanchion here. Boom. Drop it in. This can be done on a bench just as easily. Okay, good enough. So that's good. If it wasn't in brand new condition, I would even replace the sag indicator. It comes as part of the dust wiper kit, so don't worry about it. But I'm gonna do, just for demo, I'll do airspring seals. Even though I know this thing doesn't need it. But don't worry about it, the thing getting sucked down. It's fine. So 32 millimeter socket, 398-00-706, Fox part number. Maybe I'll demo it on the bench, because that's how everyone will do it at home. to actually remove this. From here. Okay, good. Double check the pressure. It's out. Good. Boom. So there's this circlet right here. The end, one end is a little bit bent. It's hard to reach under that. Slides off. Oh boy. Oh, there you go. Pop it out with a finger on top of it so it doesn't go flying. And before I forget, I'm going to bend this so it's easier to take out next time. Maybe not like that. Yes. Boom. So it's easier to reach under next time. So anyway, on to the next big thing. Because it got sucked down. Ideally it doesn't happen, but it did. So I'm going to pick out the crush washer, this foot nut. I'll put it back on here. Make sure it's threaded all the way. Well, and then clamp the nut evenly, ideally. Boom. Out she comes. So that's good. So this is an NA2 air spring, but it's old. Has the O-ring top out bumper. Anyway, I'm gonna replace these things just for good measure. No real reason or anything, just for good measure. Shaft clamps, always wipe them off so you get some, you know, friction out of them. Heat gun. right?
Got a new heat gun.
Got a new heat gun here apparently. What happened to the old one?
It's old.
Wow.
Too hard to push the button.
The rubber hardened. Black & Decker heat gun is my recommendation.
That's
Cheap.
the one that I replaced.
Yes, but it's cheap and it's good. Lasted you, what, 3 years? 2 years? Not bad. It's half the price of this. Not bad. Okay, so this comes off. I like to replace the quad ring in here. The dynamic seal. Just kind of stab it and push it out. I don't replace the wiper usually. Doesn't really need to be replaced. I mean, it does the job for many years. There's also the top out bumper. I'll replace that for good measure, just for fun. So I'm using this MTB Hydraulics fork service tackle box today. Shop environment, you know, that's how it goes. And the top out bumper actually is the same as the negative Solo Air negative air spring shaft seal from RockShox. Works the same size, so maybe the label should be changed a little bit, revised. But whatever. You can just eyeball it. It's a top out bumper. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Whenever pushing O-ring in, use a dull object so you don't pierce it and mess it up. There's a shaft bullet for this, but I'm gonna not use it because that way it's more DIY. So you can just push down on this and wiggle, and yeah, you know what? I don't recommend it to beginners. Just use the shaft bullet. It goes right on. But you can use a pick and go around the circumference of the seal where it's pinched and kind of just push it radially outward, and she goes in without the shaft bullet. Anyway, so next is red thread lock, permanent thread lock on this foot stud. Just a drop, even that is too much. That is too much. So when it bottoms out, just don't crank on it because it'll flare out the shaft. Yeah, it's good enough. That's nice and good. Wiper off, and oh, wasn't supposed to put the tackle box away. Air piston seal, we'll replace dynamic seal, so you know, we'll replace it. But if you're just doing a fork service, you can get away with not replacing these and pray, and things will be good probably. But I'm just doing a demo. So that's also coming out of the tackle box. Make sure it's not twisted. If it's twisted, you just take the pick and wiggle it under and go around like that. And Boom. So, still need to clean this out. Boom. And boom. Moment of truth for the circlip. Oh yeah, it looks way better. Looks way better. That's the improvement. She ain't focusing. Where is it? Oh yeah, that lip. You can see it. Anyway, good enough. Good enough. So I'm gonna put 3 milliliters of this 20 weight gold in here. Okay, good enough. Wipe off the top cap. Boom. So, using the bench again, I'm gonna flip this around maybe to tighten it. Yeah. Boom. So that's good. Insert these. Just kind of line them up, push forward, deform the dust wipers a little bit, get it past the lip, flex this in place, wiggle, boom, she's in. So we need 10 and 30 milliliters in this fork, 20 weight gold. 30 milliliters in the fit 4 side, damper side. I believe it's 30. It's not too critical. Oh. Okay.
It's 15 damper.
15?
And 10 in the air.
No, it's not. Definitely not 15. But it doesn't matter. The reason it doesn't matter is there's room for lubricant next to the damper, but not next to the air spring is filling up the stanchion, so you don't want to put too much in there. It'll hydrolock the fork. Damper side, 30 ml. It'll work fine. It'll just slosh around next to the damper. Well, people can, maybe someone can correct me about the 30 milliliters. I'm not gonna look it up, it's fine.
What year is that from?
Damper. Oh, what year? 2016, I think. Maybe. I'll give you the code. I'll give you custom ID. Okay. So we're gonna replace the crush washer on the air spring side for sure. Put that on first, right off the bat. And damper side, it's okay to reuse it, but it really doesn't help in any way because it comes with the dust wiper kit. So might as well just put the new one on. So I'm just gonna separate this old crush washer, the damper nut, new one. Just lay it in there. Boom. And damper side is aluminum nut and stud. So don't go too crazy. Probably a good 8 Newton meters or something. Not even that.
5.6.
5.6 supposedly. Are you making that up?
No, it's actually 5.6.
Okay. Well, we'll have the cameraman doing the demo next time. So the adjuster goes back. I need to spray this out. Okay. And this will evaporate, so it doesn't matter. And the clocking of the adjuster needs to be right. So I like to have trail like that towards the side of the bike. By the way, these adjusters were clean, but normally they require a bit of a wipe down. And then need to restore the compression setting. Didn't bother changing the rebound setting because it's fine to read it like that. I mean, it helps with bleeding a little bit. If it's all the way on the fastest setting. So I'm not gonna put any air in this. Just gonna wipe this out. Put the valve cap on. And spray down the whole thing. And that's it. Wipe her off, and she's done.